I am Kev the Mid-Tier Gamer. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over a bit of a crafting strategy. We're going to do boots. Now, boots is one of the easiest crafts to do. That's why I want to start here with you guys. We're going to go over some different strategies, where the market's at right now, and why I don't think this is a great gamble. It was earlier in the league. And then we'll also go over kind of some different strategies depending on things you hit when you go through this craft. So on the right side of my inventory here, these are like our big dick currencies. We don't really want to use these unless we absolutely have to. Now, we are going to use the 10 perfect exalts, and I will explain why. If you don't have the currency to do that, then that's fine. You don't have to do that. We'll go over kind of like how much I'm investing, what's on the line, and kind of what my goal is with this as far as the profit craft goes. So we got 10 pair of boots. They all have 35 movement speed, and they all have T1 res. Doesn't matter what res they are. As long as it has T1 res and the 35 movement speed, it's kind of just an easy point to craft from. Now, I paid about anywhere from 4 divs to 6 divs on this for the highest. Now, market value is really like 7 to 8. So I waited it out over the last couple days. I just picked up them whenever I could for cheap. I ended up investing 51 divines for these 10 pair of boots. So that's your entry cost if you want to try 10. Now again, you can use these greater exalts instead of the perfects. They're way less expensive. The reason why I'm going to use the perfects is because the odds are way better for the way I do this craft. So we're trying to get a double ES, like tier 1 flat, and either T1 or T2 percent ES. And with the perfect exalts, with the strategy I'm using, it's supposed to be about a 1 in 10. And if you use the greater exalt, it's more like a 1 in 19. So it is significantly better. But again, if you don't have the currency for that, that's fine. We're kind of at the point in the league where like, I encourage you guys to like, just start experimenting and trying things and learning new things with crafting. I think it's a perfect time in the league to do that. If you want to make currency right now, honestly, I think the best way would just be like farming strats, because people want the Omens of Lights, they want the Omens of Widows, like even these ancient ribs right now are going for way more than they were earlier in the league, right? So like farming strats are probably your best actual making of currency at this point in the league. There are some other crafts we're going to go over. I will eventually do helmets. I'll show you some rings. I'll show you some amulets, but we're going to start here and we're going to see if we can make some profit. So goals. My goal is to get 1 pair of boots that's worth like around 170 divines. That's my goal. Again, my cost is going to be 51 divs for the bases, and then I paid a little bit less, but 30 divines for the perfect exalts. We're going to hope we don't have to use these. We're going to hope we don't have to use these. If I get a really nice pair, I might just use one to try. The other stuff we probably won't use at all. This is just, we'll talk about it at the end. It's just to kind of like make your boot a little bit better or stand out a little bit to the market. Now, there is some risks with this, but again, we'll touch on that in a bit. So let's just go over the basic strategy. So the basic strategy that I use is we start with this. The greater essence of opulence gives you T1 res on all your boots, and that's really good. A lot of people want that. So we're just going to spam this on all of our boots. They're going to turn into rares. Boom, there we are. Now from here, a lot of crafters will desecrate, prefix, and go for a top prefix, which is fine, and maybe we'll do a couple like that. I actually have a bit of a different strategy. The way that I like to do this is to double slam prefix the top. And then from there, I kind of know what rib I want to use on what boots. And if they're not great, I can just use this. But I just feel like it's a lot easier to hit 2 really good prefixes or good enough prefixes and then still get that second res than hit something like cold duration, decrease, or stuff like that. Like, there's so many bricks I find on the bottom, or so many useless mods. So the mods we're literally looking for on the top are, like I said, the double ESs. Now, T1 mana does sell. T1 life's pretty much a brick, so that one will suck. I'm expecting to get 2 bricks out of this. Hopefully 1 really good pair. And just kind of go with the craft from there and see what happens. So we're going to just start now. So like I said, I'm going to use these 10 perfect exalts. I'm going to slam them all in here. If you don't have the currency for that, you can do this with the greater exalts on this strategy. And it's just a little bit less likely that you hit one. So we should get one really good pair. Let's see if the odds of RNG are in our favor or not. So we're just going to spam these. Okay, so that's a T1, T2. That one's decent. This one is T1 flat. The other one's kind of a brick. Max life, that's kind of a brick. T1, T3, not too bad. T2, T2, not great. T3, T1, not bad. That one's pretty much a brick. That That one's okay. I mean, it's still double T1, so we might be able to get something for that. Same with this. This one's all right. And that one's a brick. So this is our best pair of boots here. So this is probably the one that we're trying to make our money back on. Now, again, with that being a T2 there with the increased energy shield, we're probably not going to get the 170 divs we want, but we'll probably get like 150 if I do this craft correctly. Hopefully, I don't have to own to light it. And this boot should hopefully end up paying for all these crafts. So like I said, the goal was kind of one really good one. Seems like we hit. I will sort through the rest of these and kind of just go from there, and we're going to go desecrate the bottoms in all of them. I will see kind of like how I prioritize it and let you guys know. Okay, so I've gone ahead and sorted these boots out. Now this, like I said, is our best boot. I will use the Ancient Rib on this and pray I don't have to use an Omen of Light. The Ancient Rib is going to add another 4 divs to the cost, bringing our total cost to 84. Again, if we hit, this boot should for sure sell for more than that, pay for all the rest of the crafts. So that's why I'm taking that risk there. These are my decent boots. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with these yet. Most likely just a regular rib and pray for something good. Again, 250 ES without any quality. It's not terrible. So these ones should hopefully sell for something. Maybe the 20 to 30 div range, depending on what we hit. And this is my like not great but not terrible boot. I'm not expecting a lot from here. I'll definitely use a regular rib on this one. And then if we hit something good, same thing. Maybe you'll get like 15 divs for a pair of boots like this. Somebody who's just needs something that's wearable to get through part of the maps, because some people still haven't really gone through all the maps yet. Now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to Ancient Rib this guy. This is our moneymaker. We're praying that this gets really good. If I have to Omen to light it, I will. I'm praying I don't have to. These ones I'm undecided, but this one we're going to for sure do the regular rib. So we're going to start with these two. See what happens here, and if it hits, then we will kind of decide from there. So let's go and see if we get some good RNG or not. All right, boys. Reroll is on. Make sure this is always clicked on, because you're going to get an extra 3 mods to look at. So first 3, all shitters. We hit the T1 lightning. So definitely worth the extra 4 divs. Put that on our boot. So again, this one pair here is most likely to pay for all our crafts. It's very nice. Again, you have the 1 T2, but it's still decently high rolled. This should be our moneymaker boot. So now let's go to this guy, our not so favorable one, see what happens. This is okay, this is okay. I'm gonna hope we get something better. We'll hit the reroll. Nothing crazy. Intelligence for this pair of boots, we'll settle with that. Still T1, most likely will still sell. Maybe you get 10 divs for this guy. So these two, I'm just gonna do the regular ribs. Again, I think we have our moneymaker. We're just going to see if we get lucky here. 35, like that might be worth a settle, but we're going to reroll for the video. And we missed. So from here, I think the stun threshold's probably the best. Nothing good there. Nothing good there. That's kind of unlucky. I may try to Omen to light one of these. I'm not sure. Probably not worth it. Just where the market is right now. But these are my next bestseller boots, so yeah, I might take the risk. We will see. These guys over here are just like my extra shitters that I don't expect to get much from. We'll roll these as well. Again, make sure your rerolls are on. Settle for the intelligence there. 28 fire. 38, that one's not terrible. This one's kind of a brick. That might be worth taking. On a pair of boots like this, I think we're just going to settle. Try to roll this one for the last pair. 24 chaos, that's actually pretty good. Okay, I'm going to sort through these, kind of see what kind of value I think I have here, and then we're going to take the next steps and see what we can come up with. All right, so like I said, this is our moneymaker boot. Because we hit this one, I'm quite confident we're going to make enough money on this that I can afford to Omen and Light this 2 times, both these pairs here, and Ancient Rib them. Now, again, this is kind of just for content, and at this point in the league, this does have a lot of risk. Early in the league, it wouldn't be as much of a risk to take because more people were looking for the boots and the boots weren't an oversaturated market where they are now. But this is going to bring our cost total to around 115 divs on all 10 pairs. I think getting a decent roll on these two pairs will make up for it. That's why I'm going to take the risk. Again, I think I'm going to be able to get at least 150 divs for these. So either way, I should be in the plus. And then if I can make these around a 50 div, maybe 30 div pair of boots each, then we're winning pretty big, right? So we're going to go ahead and light these. And we're going to Ancient Rib them. These are 5 divs each. We're going to grab some more rerolls. And I'm going to try to see if we can get 2 more pretty good pair of boots here. Alright, wish me luck, guys. First one, no good. 38, we'll settle. Well, that was the best mod either way, so that's fine. This one here. 45, so that's really good. So again, given the investment, I think we ended up doing decent. Now, there is going to be a lot of competition, like I said. These boots may not sell as fast as they would early league, but considering we did 10 pair of boots, to get 3 that all have around 250 ES without quality is pretty crazy. So from here, you have some good, some options. We will go look at my other quote-unquote brick pair of boots afterwards, but I'm going to set up your options for these 3 here, kind of what I would consider and what to do when, and then we'll come back and make some decisions, and I'll show you kind of my thought process from trying to take maybe a little bit of extra value out of these boots and see if we can kind of stretch and see how much more divs we can get for them. Okay, so we're obviously going to quality and socket all these. We have the Greater Iron Runes. We're going to throw those in. So now you can see kind of where our ESs are sitting at. We'll quality them all up now. So they're all over 300. That's an important breakpoint. So again, this is our moneymaker. I'm going to do some of these Val Infusers. So the way these work is every time you slam them, they'll add a bit of quality. The first one's generally considered free. The second one kind of is too. After that, you're really risking corrupting your boots. Now, if you're going to use that, I would make sure you use it on a good pair of boots. Make sure you like where the rolls are at. Now, this one, again, I think is good enough. If that was a T1, maybe I would re-roll it with a Divine, but I don't think it's worth it here. You have the 17 rarity, 1 off perfect. 88 from 91, it's pretty good. 56 from 60, same thing. So I'm going to use 2 on this boot. Start there. Hits me over that 350 threshold. Now these ones, again, you have some decisions to make. Corrupting has a 1 in 4 chance to brick and a 1 in 4 chance to add a second socket. Adding a second socket to like specifically a pair like this would be pretty valuable. I do think we're going to corrupt some of these boots. I don't know if we're going to do these ones just yet. I'm going to show you kind of where my bricks are at. We're going to do the same thing we just did here. I will socket and ruin them, and then we'll kind of take a look at where we're at and make some decisions to see if we can, again, just squeeze the most value out of this craft session. Okay, so from here, I've decided that these 4 boots are the ones I want to Val first. Now, again, a second socket will add value to some of these. These are my, like, quote-unquote misses that may still have some value. So I qualitied them all up decently. I would say this one is probably the best because it has the Chaos Rest, which is a little bit more of a premium for some builds. Maybe this guy with the 250 might be the next best. So I am going to put a little bit of quality, extra quality on a couple pairs of these and just see what happens. And then we are going to Val these. Now, if the numbers stand, one of these should end up with 2 sockets and one of them will end up a brick. So let's see what happens. So didn't hit any 2 sockets. 16% extra ES on this. That makes it a little bit more valuable, so that's decent. This guy's the exact same, no change. This guy bricked, rerolled the energy shield, and this one's still no change. So again, we got some value out of these. These 3 boots have carry some value. These are my winners over here. I'm gonna go ahead and post this one as is. See what I can get for it. If it sells before I post this video, I'll kind of show you what I made. These 2, we're gonna just Val and just see what happens. So this is pretty good. We got a little bit of extra 24% res on this. So again, added some value there. No other change. This one +1 to lightning res. Not really a big deal. But again, hold some value. So yeah, that's pretty much how I craft my boots. Now again, these 3 are my winners. If they sell before I post the video, I'll show you. These 3 I'll get something for. These 4 over here, not very good. There is another way to do this. Some people like to desecrate the top. Maybe I'll buy a quick pair of boots and just show you that version quickly before we end the video. And then that will be it for boots, and we'll move on to a different craft in our next video. More base, paid 7 divs for it, a little bit more than I'd like to, but I just want to show you guys the other strategy so you have it in your knowledge bank and can use it if you'd like. So start is the same. You want to get the rarity on there. You want to add a prefix with the desecrate. You'll notice this a lot and when you go to buy boots. A lot of people like this, prefer this. I prefer the other way, but both are valid. We're gonna grab a reroll. We're gonna go back to the well one more time. So I think this is T1. We're gonna take it. Perfect. Since I hit T1, I'll buy another perfect exalts. Again, we'll do this for the video, but you can feel free to greater this, but I might as well just perfect it, see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Again, make sure you use this omen so that you don't have to use 2 perfects or 2 graders, you can just use 1. Let's see what happens. So honestly, not too bad. We got the intellect and a T3 on the resistance. You're probably not, like, you might get 15 divs for these. Again, we're late in league, it's kind of hard. Intellect isn't terrible, it's not great. Same thing, T3 isn't awesome, it isn't great. Quality and socket them. So we did end up with over 322. We'll corrupt the last pair, just for whatever. See if we can hit the second socket, let's go. Hey, look at that. So we did get the second socket, which is a huge win. This is kind of just my breakdown on boots. I will post what I sell them for and let you kind of know and go from there. And again, thank you for watching. So all in, guys, we probably spent about 125 divs for 11 pairs of boots. We ended up with 4 really solid ones. I think this one here will probably sell for 170, and then whatever we get for everything else is kind of just your profit margin. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and you'll see you in the next one.
Yes?